Let's get into the office, shall we? So here it is. This is where the magic happens. So most importantly of all must be desk setup, everything I use for gaming, my chair, all of it. I use a gaming chair from Svive. I think that's a Norwegian brand. I haven't seen them many other places in the world, so I think it's either Norwegian or Scandinavian, I'm not really sure. I have a standing or automatic desk from IKEA, which I can adjust up and down as I please. Should use the standing option more. Will be in the future, I hope. I have my Logitech mouse and keyboard. This is the wireless G915, and this is the Logitech wireless G502. I love all things wireless. I also have a wireless headset. This is the SteelSeries Arctis 7. I had it for quite some time, super happy about it. Best thing is that I can combine this one, wireless headset, with my whole streaming setup, which we will get into a little bit later in the video. I have two 27-inch curved monitors. Looks super sexy in my opinion, but I'm biased. Standing on a desk mount. I also do have my speakers, which are Pioneer DJ speakers, standing behind the monitors, so they give the best sound when I'm listening to music or editing videos or all that stuff. Getting into my PC, I just upgraded the case of my PC, but everything else stays the same as it did from my last case. I have it standing on a rolling plate because I have a dog and I want as little hair as possible to be kind of sucked into the computer. Always clean your computer also, but this also kind of helps from it's standing on the ground where most of the hair is. So now into kind of the things I think you guys are most interested in, and that is my streaming setup, because I don't only use this PC for gaming, I use it primarily actually for streaming and of course working when I work from home. So starting with lighting, I think lighting is super duper duper important when it comes to getting a good setup. You can kind of have a cheaper-ish camera. If your lighting is really really good, it can elevate a good camera from here to there. I don't use that much lighting on my face and myself. I use one ring light. This is the Nanlite Halo 14. I have it also turned against the wall because I feel that gives the best kind of lighting for my face. Furthermore, to spice up my background, because I feel kind of that also gives my stream character and makes it interesting for the viewer to watch. I have a small RGB light mounted above my flowers in one of the corners, and then I also have like a string light mounted on a decorative ladder in the other side of my corner, so you can see it in the background. I'll show you guys more of that later. But that is kind of how I keep my background interesting. And I also have RGB lights in my ceiling, which gives off a nice RGB, and I can change it up in the wall behind me. For my camera, I use a Sony a7 III. I have it mounted on the wall here. It took me a while actually before I did that, but that is maybe one of the best improvements to my stream setup, and I'm gonna tell you why. I use a lot of my footage from my streams to make TikToks, and I used to have my camera mounted in my ring light, mounted on my desk. But what happens when you rock your desk, or you're a little fidgety, or you rage over some game? You rock your table, which rocks the ring light, which rocks the camera, which makes the whole footage just look like you are drunk. So mounting my camera on my wall is hands down one of the biggest improvements that I have done to my stream, and it didn't cost that much either. I got the Elgato wall mount, cost me about $25–30, I think, and I have my quick release plate mounted again on the wall mount so that I can just like take my camera quick off and on if I need to take it with me somewhere. I also do have two kind of secondary cameras. I do have a Sandstrom webcam, and I also do have a Logitech C922 webcam, which I use, one for my dog because you guys love having the dog cam on the stream, and we also have the other camera for DIY projects, that sort of stuff when we do Legos, yada yada yada, as more of a kind of like top-down overview sort of camera. Moving over to sound, for my microphone I use the Shure 7SM, what the fuck is the name of it? SM7B. Just got it recently, maybe half a year ago. I'm very happy about the upgrade. I used a Blue Yeti for quite some time before I upgraded to this mic. To manage my sound, I use a GoXLR. Here I adjust the volume of my microphone, my game sound, my music, Discord, system, noises, TTS, all of it. I do have my Stream Deck. Apart from my peripherals on my desk, I do have a couple of 3D printed sculptures that my boyfriend made for me. We are working on a prototype for our shame emote that is also going to be printed. I also have like a pouch over here with just standard things that I reach for when I'm streaming. I talk all the time. I talk so much when I'm streaming. I nearly never shut up. So I have like lip balm, I have post-it notes, other things like gum, nail files, you name it. Here is where my dog usually chills out. We have the camera over here, but this doesn't look right, does it? Let's see if we can try to fix this. That doesn't look right either. That is not supposed to be there. Can we? Aha! Here we go. Here's a good boy. Here is a good boy. For those of you who don't know, this is Onyx, our 9-year-old best boy. So here is the setup. This is how it looks. I have a stool under here, which is amazing to just like rest your feet on. Computer over here. Very happy about that. Cozy dog over here. Yes. And then we have mount to headset over here, and I'm kind of like a geek for cable management. Most of the cables that are here, this is the charging cable that I use for my wireless equipment. It needs to be long enough to reach, of course. And the other cables are the ones I use for my GoXLR, because when I stream, the biggest difference between how it is now and how it is when I stream is that I pull all of this forward so that I reach it better from my mouse and straight across, so I don't have to like bend forward and reach so much. My microphone is mounted on a gold-plated Roland microphone cable. I actually notice a difference in sound quality after I change my audio cable. So if you have an issue, you don't feel like your audio is good enough, or you're using like a cheaper kind of audio cable, change it. They're not that expensive. So yeah. Also, my book collection is up on this shelf. I have more of them, but like I mentioned, I am moving soon, so most of them are packed neatly down in boxes. You know how it is when you move, your whole life fits in a box. We have our Lego over here. It's gonna be filled up even more when I get to finish the next project. I forgot to mention when I was talking about my camera setup that I use a cam link. So this is just like an HDMI cable that goes from my computer to my camera. And I also use one of these dummy batteries. So that is powered through my wall socket and just put into the camera. This is my quick release plate that I was talking about. They are super duper nifty. I have them on almost all of my equipment and they have never failed me. I also, in the back here, have my green screen, which I use from time to time. I think it's an awesome alternative when you might not be happy with your background, or you might, for some other reason, don't want to show your background. Green screen is just an amazing, amazing invention. This is the pop-up type, so you just clasp off these, pull out the legs, whip off the lid, and just pull it up, and you're ready to go. I want to take you guys into my OBS to show you what I was talking about when I was mentioning lighting and making your setup go from okay to looking really good, in my opinion. So we're in my OBS, and guys, I want to show you how much of a difference it makes when you introduce lighting into your stream setup if you don't have it. So what you're seeing right now is all of my lights on. I usually have different lights in my ceiling, but apart from that, this is kind of what we go with. The mini RGB light over there, lighting up my flowers, plants, whatever you want to call them. And I do have my string lights over there around my decorative little ladder. And I do have the ring light behind the camera, facing the wall, shining on my face. So we do have lots of different sources of lighting. I also do have my monkey lamp on, giving me like a little hue. There we go. So background is a little bit dull. Some of you would probably like this. This isn't really my style. I don't feel like it gives kind of happy feelings. So in my opinion, this is a little bit boring. So just give a little pop of color, a little bit of like different mood in there. And I think it makes the background, it makes the image look better and more interesting. And even though I am kind of still in focus, I feel like it's kind of more to rest the eye on. You can look a little bit around, and it also helps when the dog is like lying there chilling. So that is where I'm going to finish off with my setup and room tour. I hope you guys like this, and if there's anything else you guys are curious about, let me know in the comments and I will answer you as much as I can. I also will leave the list of my hardware and all that stuff in the description. You can also find it on my Twitch profile. Link is also in the description. Everything is in the description. So you can access everything there. If you guys like this, and like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them as good as I can. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what you think, how I did. If you do have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. In the meantime, I hope to see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, take care of the ones you love, and I'll see you on Twitch. Bye!